Hoosiers. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Hoosiers offense will take the first swing of the game. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel, Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly talented. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about him. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see how he responds. I know he has the physical ability, but is he ready for this?
He looks really good coming off the bus, I'll say that. He is definitely built different, but he's going to have to run different than he did at high school. David, you know this. You can't bounce every run to the outside and get away with it like you did at high school. I'm really curious to see the discipline he's going to have in this game, running the football now that he's playing against much tougher competition.
Let's step back here and look at the big picture for Indiana. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being
There he goes! Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and you add the answer to the test right there.
To the air on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Yeah, and you could tell the quarterback breaks a little bit, and he starts moving and tries to throw a little bit across his body. And why is that dangerous? You're not accurate. You're not accurate with the football when you do that, and you could tell it wasn't close to being a completion. He's got to do a better job setting his feet, making a clear, concise, good throw.
Leaves it with the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. Unfortunately, ended up losing yards.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Hoosiers will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So Notre Dame's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal, sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Handoff to the single running back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster. And they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
They'll run it to the right side. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking to fire. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And this young true freshman, he's got to keep his composure here because he can smell his first collegiate touchdown is right on the horizon. His eyes are getting big. Ball security. That has got to be at a premium right now for this young man.
Line of scrimmage is the 2, and they can pick up the first down here, but going for the touchdown, fighting Irish. Great job by the back on the option. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's chased out of bounds inside the 15. They'll mark him out at his own 14-yard line. Not much on that kick return. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking for room. It's Oda. Makes it past the marker. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
And the Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads it downfield. Got it in stride inside the 20. They get him down, but to set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward. Now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Quick strike complete. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. The give to the back. He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Indiana! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Finds his big tight end. It's a seam wide open. The 20. They finally make the stop, but what a way to end this first quarter after that fantastic play. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Looking to get it in. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on third and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. That might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Man, you could almost feel the quarterback's eyes getting big on that completion. I don't think even he could believe how wide open his target was. He knew, man, if I just get this to him accurately, something really good is going to happen. That's exactly what transpired. Nice throw, nice catch, nice play.
And, man, 3 plays into this drive, and it's apparent what this offense wants to do. They're going to take shots down the field. They're going to be aggressive.
So now it's 2nd and long. Grab behind the line. It's Brooks. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
The volley cheers going on high. And here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. He picked up some yardage, but they stop him at the 45, and he'll be a little short. The Hoosiers line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. To the ground. He's got it again. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Wants to fire on second down. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. He'll start this drive going to the air. The short hands, it's Notre. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Back to pass on second down. Play action. Here comes the heat. And down he goes back at the 3.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking to coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll leave it with him. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And under the watchful eye of touchdown Jesus, the Irish are starting to roll on the ground.
Starting to get that big physical ground game going. And one thing you know about Notre Dame traditionally over the years, offensive line play is always great. They're always making holes, and they're always playing super physical.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Motion from the wideout. The give to the tailback. Runs through a tackle. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of here.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want, because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Brooks. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Zips it out to his man. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Bring in the heat. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. And the Hoosiers want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw on 3rd. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Hoosiers will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Here come the Irish back on offense. They've been in the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I want them to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to going at halftime, it potentially makes some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. The throw to the outside is complete. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on.
And the Hoosiers will kick it away to crank up the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. The screen, and watch out. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Got his man quickly. Oh, he's got some space. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Power football with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. Throws to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out?
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Irish! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they want. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Oda.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep the...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. To the air on first down. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And added on a they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. on the ground. It's Oda. Getting that push. They pick up a 4 out to the 26.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. Fires to the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Hoosiers will punt it away on 4th down. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw. It's Turbin. Hauls it in. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Hoosiers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. He'll keep it himself. Nice move there. Breaks into the open. Still making moves. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one.
Get set, get set.
Used the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Benedict. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his 2nd catch of the game. And we're essentially in a 2-minute situation. They have risen to the challenge. They knew coming in they were going to have to limit him, but I don't know if they even thought they'd be able to do this good of a job.
And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance. On fourth down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on fourth.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, obviously, this game has not been the best statistically of this guy's career so far, but the important thing is you win. And to do that, they need him to play really well here in the fourth quarter. They're going to keep giving him the football with the lead in this juncture, and this is where he needs to have his best runs of the game.
Throws to the wideout. Quickly complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver...
Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end now in motion. They'll try the run. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Turbin. Using the quick game. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Hey, you got to find a matchup. Like, what is the matchup out wide that you can go with? 4 verts, I get it, but they're playing deep. They're understanding that they got a lead. They can play with a cushion. We just need a guy to win a one-on-one battle. Who is our guy that we can pick to make a play down the field?
Here come the Irish back on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They need the 40 to convert here on third down. Scanning the field, it's Turbin. Gets it out fast. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the...
And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Irish!
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got out of trouble and throws. That's reeled in. It's Kane. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. He'll get rid of it. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Rushes on him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Hoosiers decide to punt it away. Makes the grab close to the logo. And the returner goes down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, Dave.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. He splits the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
To the air, it's Benedict. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
The Hoosiers send out the punt unit.
Number 12 in punt formation to kick it away.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here come the Irish back on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win.